Well, I think in this conference, every game you have to treat as you better play your best or you're going to get beaten. The great thing about this week and this game is the tradition behind this game, and I get chills just thinking about the game and the history of it and the great battles that have gone on, the classic battles. Last year was one of those classic battles, and they were fortunate to come out on top. So this year is a whole different group of kids on both teams, and so. But as always, we're looking forward to it and excited to have the opportunity to play in a big game atmosphere.
Dwenger's had a couple of bumps in the road so far this year, but what are they doing so well, particularly last week's win, to kind of bounce back from those two back-to-back losses?
Well, the thing that's constant with Bishop Dwenger, it doesn't matter what kids are wearing the jerseys, they're very well coached, they're very disciplined, they play extremely hard, and they don't make a lot of mistakes. And so although the personalities in the helmets change, the way they play doesn't change. And so that's always the battle. Certainly the individual players, are guys that we have to game plan for and things like that, but you can't just focus on them because they're across the board just so fundamentally well coached and play so well that you just have to be good across the board. And that's what's exciting about it, because every guy has to contribute to being successful on the field.
And have you heard any of the guys from last year's game? What are they telling some of the new guys in the helmets for you about this matchup and how much it means?
It's more about, just focus on your job. Just do your job and don't try to win the game by yourself. It's, you have to line up and play offensive tackle. You have to line up and play linebacker or corner or quarterback. It doesn't matter where you're at. You have a defined role for the team, whether you're a backup guy, a starter guy, a special team guy, and you just need to focus on your job for that particular play and that particular series or whatever it is you're called upon to do.
Defensively, we knew Snyder was going to be really strong coming into this year with so many returning players, but offensively, what have you seen out of some of those new guys like Michael Hopper stepping up as a quarterback?
Well, it all begins with the offensive line. So we returned some guys, some talent up on the offensive line that have 15 games experience from last year, and so we thought that'd be the strength of our offense, and so that gives our running backs and Money, very talented guy, and supported with Christian Covington in the run game. But those guys do a great job of exploiting the holes that the offensive line opens. And then Michael Hopper has done a great job of distributing the ball. Whatever the defense is aligned to and whatever they're going to give us, we have to take advantage of that, whether it's handing the ball off or throwing it. And the most, positive thing that we've seen is steady improvement. We had lulls, but we're improving. And our ultimate goal is to be playing our best football by Game 10 when the playoffs start. And we're getting closer to that time.
And you get two kind of tough tests with Dwenger and then Lures to finish out the SA season, but you can win the SAC Victory Bell this week. How much has that been a goal of this team?
Well, it's the number one goal we set every year is to win the SAC and a state championship. And compliment to our players and the senior class that they've put us in position to control our own destiny, and we go out there and play well and earn a victory, then we'll be champions. And we say this to them all the time. It's a championship that you can't buy. It's a championship that nobody can steal from you. It's a championship that you will cherish the memories of working with your teammates in the summer and in the off season and during this fall that will last forever. And that's what's special about high school sports and special about achieving something together with a group that's defined in a championship, whether it be a conference championship or something in the playoffs. And that's what we've been talking about. And I think they're looking forward to it, but we know it's going to be a tough deal.